Please remain seated for our centering hymn. Life.
This next reading is from Mary Oliver, from a poem entitled Messenger. My work is loving the world. Here are the sunflowers, there the hummingbird, equal seekers of sweetness. Here the quickening yeast, there the blue plums, here the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture, and the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing, since all the ingredients are here, which is gratitude, to be given a mind and a heart and those body clothes, a mouth with which to give shouts of joy to the moth and the wren, to the sleepy dug-up clam, telling them all over and over how it is that we live forever.
At each service, we have an opportunity to give thanks for the blessings in our lives and in our community. Our offering is a chance to support our work and outreach as a helpful, progressive community that refuses to be silenced. We find strength in our collective action and shared purpose, knowing we are not alone. Please join me in giving so that we can continue to have a community that supports and prepares us for the challenges in these difficult times. You can submit your offerings electronically via the link in the chat or mail it to All Souls at the address provided.
It rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. A long time ago, 1,000,000 years BC,
the best things in life were absolutely free.
but no one appreciated
A sky that was always blue.
and no one congratulated
A moon that was always new.
So it was planned that they would vanish now and then, and you must pay before you get them back again. That's what storms were made for,
And we shouldn't be afraid, for
every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree.
there'll be pennies from heaven,
Pennies from heaven,
pennies from heaven,
pennies from heaven, pennies from heaven for you and me. Oh, I get to stay up here. We're going to start off with a song I've never performed anywhere, and we'll see if we crash and burn. I am tired of competition. I'm calling in sick. This not so old dog's gonna learn a new trick. The grass may be greener when I look next door, but I'm starting to believe that less could be more. I'm done with keeping up with the Joneses. Something radical may have begun. I'm through with keeping up with the Joneses, 'cause comparisons are not much fun. So I'm loving my body right where it is now. I'm letting go of some judgments, no more holier than thou. I might eat a little wiser, I might pump a little weight. You know, studies now show that a little is never too late. I'm not about keeping up with the Joneses. Something radical may have begun. Life's not about keeping up with the Joneses. I'm done with living my life on the run. So, where did I learn this destructive idea that life is a race to be won, and that I might need a gun to defend what I've got? I think the crazy consumerist values that desperate madmen have spun need to be spit out, served back to them on a bun, a lovely soft sesame seed covered bun. So where does that leave me as this song ends? I've got more contentment and more time with my friends. I am counting my blessings. I'm getting more sleep. And of my former complaining, you will not hear a peep, 'cause I'm done with keeping up with the Joneses. Go Molly, something radical may have begun. Get down, get down. I'm not about keeping up with the Joneses. Their pursuit of happiness ain't fun. Yes, we're done with keeping up with those Joneses. Something radical has now begun. Life's not about keeping up with the Joneses. I'm gonna close my computer and go for a walk in the sun. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. A perfect place to debut a new song. So while it truly is a blessing to be back here at All Souls with Carole and Molly and Dawn and Mary and all of you, Joe, thank you so much for showing up this morning, both in person and via Zoom. Hello, you lovely Zoom people out there. I'm guessing everyone here is no stranger to the mysterious power of gratitude. I think Oprah might have been the person who introduced me to the value of gratitude, and inspired by her, I have kept a gratitude journal off and on for many years. Anyone here try the gratitude journal thing? It's just at the end of the night, jotting down a few things that you're grateful for before you go to sleep. I do find it somehow soothing to make a list of the things I'm grateful for at the end of my day, and sometimes I've wondered why it took so long for gratitude to awaken in my life. I think it may have to do with the fact that I, like most of us, have grown up in a culture saturated with very sophisticated advertising messages, most of which are designed to make us feel bad, knock us off balance, and then overconsume. Fossil fuels, new cars, fast food, cigarettes, alcohol, now even online gaming, God love us, in an effort to feel somehow better about our lives. And as a few of you may know, I spent a chunk of my childhood and teenage years making those very TV commercials and voiceovers, which I now abhor. Does anyone remember, you have to be of a certain age, so if you like a party, you love the taste of Snack Pack, 'cause Snack Pack makes putting a party. That was me. Helping to make a small disposable plastic serving of sugary custard into a party. Or how about this one? This is the one I earned most money off of. Please don't fiddle with the Oreo middle. Don't tear them apart, have a heart. But middleman, you gotta eat two frosty cream middles first. Then you get two crunchy chocolate outsides to eat last. Well, go ahead and fiddle with the Oreo middle, 'cause there's not a better middle you can fiddle with. That was me. And a little girl and a guy. Being part of this amoral advertising empire at an early age certainly fiddled with my brain and my understanding of how the world works and what is actually important. So maybe it's no surprise that it took me a while to discover gratitude. As you probably know, one of the best things about gratitude is that once you get started, the list of things to be grateful for just goes on and on and on. There's friends, family, one's worship community, just clean water, a roof over our heads, food, employment, in my case, not getting hit while riding my bike up and down Massachusetts Avenue. One thing that's particularly easy to take for granted, especially when it's going well, is our health. Right when COVID entered all of our lives, I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. This was a misdiagnosis. It was later changed to a very obscure immune disorder called PGNMID. But both diagnoses have involved, a kidney biopsy and 2 bone marrow biopsies and hundreds of pills and shots and infusions. Can one find anything to be grateful for in a situation like that? It turns out yes. I'm grateful for my health coverage. I'm grateful for the specialists at Dana-Farber who watch over my experimental treatments. I'm grateful for the wonderful web of nurses and support staff and doctors at Mount Auburn Hospital where I get my treatments. It's hard to read when I'm crying. I'm grateful that this health situation, I'm grateful that I have had very few side effects from all these different drugs, experimental drugs, but I'm most grateful that this health situation was like a blinking yellow light or maybe even a blinking red light on the dashboard of my life. And it reminded me of my mortality. And that's what finally got me in gear to learn how to release my music onto all of these streaming platforms. Now, taking a deep breath and recovering some composure, I will admit that I sometimes find myself wondering if gratitude journals and practicing being grateful is just another load of New Age malarkey. However, I nosed around online and research, as maybe some of you, all of you know, research is showing that practicing gratitude in one study, for example, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, for at least 6 weeks, can enhance our mental wellness and possibly promote a lasting change in our perspective. Practicing gratitude can lower anxiety, help with depression, relieve stress, promote better sleep. And these mental health benefits apparently can ripple over and positively affect our physical health. It can help our hearts. It can lower our resting diastolic blood pressure. And there's this one study that I think was finished last year of 49,275 women over many years found an association between gratitude and longer lifespans. The participants were surveyed about their attitudes about gratitude, and turns out that the women in the highest third had a 9% lower risk of dying over the following 4 years than the participants who had scored in the bottom third. It seems to help protect participants from every cause of death, including cardiovascular disease. Now, there's a guy at the Harvard Public School of Health, Tyler Vanderweek, and he wants to caution us that a 9% reduction in mortality is meaningful but not huge. But what's remarkable about gratitude is that just about anyone can practice it. Anyone can recognize what's good around them and express thanks to others. This past summer, I split my time between upstate New York, where a bunch of my family lives, and Boston, which is where I get my weekly treatments. And at first, it seemed like commuting back and forth from Arlington to Ithaca was going to be a big nuisance, and I was feeling very cranky. And due to an endlessly being repaired sinkhole situation in Massachusetts, I'd have to take an Amtrak train from Boston to Albany, and then wait a while, and then take an Amtrak bus from Boston to Albany, and then take an Amtrak train from Albany to Syracuse, where I'd get picked up. So that would mean like an 8 to 12 hour travel adventure each week, 2 ways. So I found myself at a crossroads. I could complain about this train bus situation, or I could choose to be grateful. And it turns out I have an Amtrak credit card, which my sweetheart and I use to buy our groceries. And since we didn't travel at all during COVID, we have a bunch of miles, so I could use my miles each week. And there's beautiful scenery, including the Erie Canal along some of the way. And I was able to do things like delete hundreds of old emails that I don't usually make time to do. And I could just reflect upon life. So I ended up being grateful for my summer commute. Now, I'm not suggesting gratitude is the answer to everything. There are still all sorts of injustices to be healed, wars to end, family feuds to be reconciled, environmental catastrophes to be dealt with. The list just goes on and on. But what I have come to understand is that gratitude is a tool I can use, a choice I can make. And when I choose to find something to be grateful for, it seems to kind of reset my psyche for a calmer, more grounded state of being, for which I am very grateful. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Sometimes I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love, and I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. get down and get funky on this next part, Molly. Yeah. In a city of strangers, I found my family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. And I've got a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to a promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful. Thank you. It's a wonderful song by John Bacchino. All right. Please stand as you're willing and able for a closing hymn. A closing hymn. This is number 128. So nice having you sing in there. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build the common good. For make our own place glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failure, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For thanks and praise, for all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build our common good and make our own days glad. That was lovely.
Let us end today's service with words from Dr. Maya Angelou. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer. Be present in all things and thankful for all things.
Though we extinguish this flame, we carry with us the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment, now held within our hearts until we meet again. Another workday morning. Alarm clocks beep their warning. Nice alarm clock. You gotta get up out of bed. Right now the day is dawning. Green tea will help your yawning. You gotta wake your sleepy head. So you get dressed for downtown city. Some jobs are never pretty, but anything to pay the bill. Your boss's jokes aren't funny, but you laugh, you need the money. God love their interpersonal skills. Can they not see? We walk each day on holy ground. See the beauty all around. That's gonna come around again, and we would love for you to join us if you feel like it. Here's verse 2. You ready? So many shiny distractions from putting dreams into actions scream out their vapid siren songs. How do we maintain our focus, push through the dirt like a crocus so we can bloom out good and strong? You're scared it may be too late, too many things on your plate. It's hard to ever make a choice. Before your fears have unwound you, just take a good look around you, and you may find your very own voice. Maybe you'll see. We walk each day on holy ground. Just see the beauty all around. Now, Carole, some days you feel quite bitter, but you have never been a quitter. So pick your chin up off the floor. Praise Allah, keep on smiling. Goodwill and compost piling can help to make your spirits soar. Your life may be a muddle. Make time for one quick cuddle before you zoom on out the door. Just count the blessings that you got. Breathe deep, and sister, you may not see things the way you did before. Maybe you'll see. We walk each see all around. One more time, almost a cappella. Maybe we'll see. We walk each day on holy ground. See the beauty all around. Thank you. Thank you for singing.
Yes, thanks. First, we offer our gratitude to our guest presenters today, Will McMillan, Carole Bundy, and Molly Ruggles. Yeah. Secondly, we acknowledge that the efforts of many people came together to create today's service. Our music director and choir members, the tech team, our service associate, usher and greeter, coffee hour organizers, Sunday service committee members, the person who makes sure the candles are both lit and extinguished, all of you who are participants in person or online. If you would like to take a more active role in creating or supporting our Sunday services, please reach out to Sarah Elstrom over there behind the curtain from me. Our upcoming events include a connection circle on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2:30 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, EST, is that? That's on Zoom. And Chime's newsletter deadline is Friday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Service and making bagged lunches for Father Bill's and Mainspring will be next Sunday, October 26th at 10:30. So our service next week will be, next week will be in the parish hall. That means no Zoom at this time anyways. Spiritual writing group on Wednesday, October 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. And we want to remind you to check the Canton UU Church website for weekly small groups open to the wider community. If you're attending on Zoom, please stay online for a virtual social hour. If you're in the building, please join us in the parish hall for refreshments or speak with the people on Zoom by logging in to Zoom with your phone.